Welcome to Entrepreneur to ZENpreneur. Today I'm going to share 3 essential applications that you can use to create video content. So here's the agenda for this event. I'm going to share my business app criteria to help you determine if an application is right for your business, and I'm going to review each area. Next, we're going to explore the 3 essential applications that I use for my video content. I'll share a little background story on why I'm so passionate about this topic, and I will do a light demo on each application so you can see how it would work in my workflow. Next, I will demonstrate or show you some basic tools that you will need to get started. At the very end, I have 2 extra bonuses for you, so please stick around. At the very end, we'll do a Q&A. I will either answer questions live, or I will go back and review the comments and personally reply afterwards. If you have questions in the future, you can always visit my website and text me directly there, vanessareagans.com, or you can DM me on Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn at Vanessa Reagans. So I have some goals for you for this event. So first, I want you to learn how to determine what applications are right for you. I have used this criteria every single time I am thinking about adding a new tool to my business toolkit. This has helped me a lot because I have found that I am basically an app nerd, and I feel like I needed some boundaries to help me with that process. Next, I want you to make 2 different lists. So I want you to have your notebook and pen handy. The first list is going to be the applications that we go over today. If there's an application that interests you, I want you to write it down and write down notes and questions that you have about that application. And then I'm going to share the tools that I use for creating video content as a solo business owner. And I want you to create a list of those items that you really like and want to do a little bit more research on as well. And then always throughout this event, please make sure that you write down your questions. And if you come up with questions at the end, of course, you can always DM me at vanessareagans.com. So let's move into the business app criteria. So first, price. We have to have a budget. Usually, as a small business owner, we have to really make sure that we are mindful of our expenses. So I have a spreadsheet that literally houses all the applications that I'm using, whether they're free or not, so that I have an active tally on what my investments are with these applications. So what is the cost of the application, and is it within your budget? Next is time. So how much time is it going to take for you to learn this application? What's that learning curve look like for you? Is it worth that learning curve? And how is it going to support your business? Next, you also want to consider, are you going to have a virtual assistant or build a team? And is that application that you're bringing easy to onboard and easy for you to teach? Because if you bring somebody on board, you're going to have to share with them your business processes and operating procedures. They're going to need to know how to use these applications, especially if you're not able to support them if you're with clients or away. Next, mobile app. So if you're like me, you're definitely going to have experiences where you're going to be away from your computer or your workspace, all of your things that you need to run your business. But we typically have this handy dandy phone, and one of the things that is vital for me is that the applications that I am investing in must have a pretty decent mobile application, meaning I want to be able to do some of the features, if not all of the features. That's ideal, of course. I want to be able to have access to that away from my computer. It just makes things easier. Now, most of the applications that I use now, I am able to do a good amount of work just from my cell phone. So that's awesome. And then the last one is how it functions. You really want to make sure that it's functioning similar, if not identically, to the desktop version. Last but not least is customer service. This typically depends on which tier that you're paying for or investing in. So for instance, if you're doing the free tier, let's say, you will probably have access to their email support, which is probably, let me get back to you, within 24 to 72 hours. If you move up to the pro tiers with applications, you typically get live chat. I like that feature personally. That's one that I am a huge fan of. Next, if you're enterprise or have a larger company or a larger team, then maybe you're enterprise and above that. And typically you get one-on-one or live phone support, or you have a dedicated support team member that helps you navigate through those challenges and obstacles with the application. So it really depends on how important is that for you, that customer service. So business app criteria, there's 4 areas: price, time, mobile app, and customer service. So now I want to share my story with you and why I am so passionate about this topic. So I started out with my entrepreneur journey having a huge fear of public speaking. And this was a huge challenge and obstacle for me when I know that I know what I'm doing, and I know that I would be a successful business owner, but I had a really difficult time being able to communicate that clearly and gracefully. So I had a couple opportunities come my way. The first one was a networking group that really helped me pull out of my comfort zone in regards to public speaking. So for instance, every single Thursday, you would have 30 seconds to do a self-intro to the group. And at the time, that 30 seconds seemed like forever. You didn't have to fill it up, but it still felt like everybody's obviously looking at you, and it was very uncomfortable for me. So, but that opportunity to practice this and show up and do it every single week helped me gain more experience and helped me gain this habit of turning that fear into more excitement. Like, I know what I'm talking about today. For instance, I'm very excited to share these applications with you because these are helping me with a fear that I had. So with this networking group, we were able to then every single week we had guest speakers. So every member we would do the rounds. We would do a 3-minute talk and a 5-minute talk. And then it moved 5 minutes to 10 minutes. So we had to learn how to fill that time and create a presentation that is fun and entertaining and, getting everybody to be engaged in the content that you're sharing. So that really helped me open up and start getting creative, and instead of feeling more fear, feeling more on the confident side when it was my turn to present. Next, building this confidence with this networking group, I started saying yes to presentations and workshop opportunities, and they really have come my way a lot. So I've had awesome experiences with large tech companies and pharmaceutical companies as well, helping them with their corporate health and wellness. And that was I loved that. I found so much joy talking about and sharing my passion. So with all of these things coming from my fear of public speaking, joining that networking group and really showing up and learning how to move through that fear, and then saying yes to the opportunities that came my way, presenting and workshops. It really supported me in mastering my POP, which is your professional online presence. And this is a key element that we practice in the ZENpreneur program so that you can learn to master your POP with your business tools. Now my favorite part is talking about these 3 essential applications that I now use and absolutely love. So first we're going to review Big View. So we're going to learn what it is. We're going to go over the criteria just like we went through, the time, price, mobile app, and customer service, and then I'll share the price. So what is Big View? Big View is a mobile and a desktop teleprompter, and you can add lower thirds, you can add your logo, you can add music, you can add end cards, and a couple other awesome features. So I want to take this opportunity to show you Big View. Perfect. All right. So here is the dashboard for Big View, and here you can see all of the projects that I have been working on. So what you're going to do, I'm just going to show you the basic workflow of this. I'm not going to go too far into the detail of this application. So if I come in here and I'm going to start from scratch building a video in Big View, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click on Create. There's going to be a drop down menu and you're going to see Script and Sequence and Import. I don't use Import. So we're going to click on Script. It's going to bring you to this page. You're going to add your headline and you're going to add your script. And a couple things to note here is that you can also see how many words that you have and the duration that the video will be. This is important because if you're making a video for your Instagram, you have to have that video has to be at least a minute long in order to be an Instagram TV, an IGTV. So it's really helpful to see, did I hit that minute mark? And sometimes I like to try and get just a little bit over, like a minute 10. And then that'll be ideal time to upload later after you've recorded it into IGTV. Now, from here, the biggest thing is that you have to save your script. I'm telling you this from a place that I've totally experienced this, where I've written this awesome script and I clicked out of the space and lost it, completely lost it. So please, please, please save your scripts. Save yourself that frustration. So we'll save the script. Okay, don't worry about that. And then from here, you're going to send the script on over to the mobile app. So from here, I'm going to show you the, let's see, iPhone. Okay. There we are. Okay, so here we go. So here on my phone, I have organized the applications that I use to create my video content in this handy dandy little folder. So spoiler alert, it's going to be Big View, Vimeo, and Switcher. So first, let's open up Big View, this nice little purple icon here, and I'll let that load. So we have created our script, we saved our script, and then we sent that script on over to our mobile application. So I don't know if I can delete these. Here we go. Nope, I shouldn't do that. Okay, so from here, what we're going to do is we're going to That's going to delete the whole project. That's okay. Let's see. Here we go. Delete. I just need to delete these super quick for this demo. Okay, so we have sent over our script from the desktop over to the mobile application. And then here is what we're going to see. We're going to see our projects. And we're going to click on that brand new script. So you see below that script where there are other projects, you see the title of the project, and then to the right of it, you see that little video. So above, what is Hatha Yoga? That's the script that I sent over from the computer. So we're going to click on that, and you'll see up in the left corner, you see that little clock icon that it's 1 minute and 10 seconds. I have my title, what is Hatha Yoga, and then I have my script here. So I'm pretty happy with this. I've gone over it. I do like to read it out loud to myself and kind of feel that cadence and kind of get used to where those pauses are, so it feels and sounds really natural before I start and click this awesome camera icon or video recording camera icon. So once you are ready and you've done that practice run through, click on that blue button and it'll bring you here. And so a couple things to note: the menu that you see at the bottom, you see font. So here it depends on, for me, I use my phone for this. So if you're using your desktop, which I'll explain that in the pricing in a second, you can change, watch the font. You can make the font bigger or smaller. I'm going to show you horizontal. It's going to look a little funky, but I'm just going to show you horizontal. This is how I usually record. And then you can make the font bigger or smaller. But for this demo, I'm going to keep it vertical here. So the next area is speed, and this is how fast or slow you want that teleprompter speed to be. So I like 180 words per minute, but you can gauge this however you like. So for this demo, I'm going to show you what this is going to look like. So I'm going to click on that red button and I'm just going to run through a couple lines so you see it in action. Okay, I guess here we go. Okay, ready? I will smile, and it counts it down. Hatha Yoga is a more traditional style of yoga that is a set of physical exercises known as asanas in order to align your skin, muscles, and bones, giving your body a combination of strength and healthy flexibility. This was the first style that I became certified in, and I'll stop right there just for this demo. So after you're done, you can decide whether or not you liked that take. If you don't like that take, all you do is you press new take and it takes you through that process again, where you can adjust if you're like, oh man, I was having to read that too fast, and maybe the teleprompter was too slow, so you want to, speed it up a little bit, or ooh, that was too fast, I could not comfortably keep up with the cadence of that, so then you want to slow it back down. So you want to make sure that you play around with that, and so you can test that out with the different speed there. If you are happy with that, from here what you're going to do is you're going to click on upload. It's the last item on the list here, so I'm going to click upload, and then you'll see it uploading. It'll just take a moment. And then as it's uploading from here, what I do is I return to my computer. And this is where we're going to edit and add all of those really cool features like the lower thirds and the music and the end card. If you have a logo, you can upload the logo, and there's a whole area in Big View that you can upload all of your branding. And then when you create video content in Big View, it's really, really simple. They just pull that data and that information that you've already uploaded in your account, and then making these lower thirds and end cards and the logos and all of that is just seamless. All right, so this is almost uploaded. I'm just going to take a sip of water here. Obviously, the longer the video, the longer it takes to upload, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so once it's all uploaded, then from here, sorry, whoop, there we are. From here, we'll come back to the laptop, and then what we're going to do is we're going to edit it. So this is now on the phone, it's 100% uploaded. So now what we're going to do is we come back to the desktop and click on what is Hatha. So this part is going to take a little bit. Let's see if it processed. Sometimes you have to refresh it to see it, and that's not going to load quite yet for us, but that's okay, because I have other projects I can show you what to do. So I'm gonna head back over to the projects. Oh, it did do it, nice. Well, that was quicker than I expected. Awesome, so here we go. A fresh video that you saw me record here live. And so what we're gonna do is, now that this is our raw video, we're going to edit it. So you can either click here on this paintbrush, or I just typically click on the 3 dots and then style your video. It's the same thing. And then from here, you can adjust certain settings. So first it's the aspect ratio, and I'm gonna keep it there at 9:16. From here, you can move into your theme. So I typically like this one, and it's off to the side, I'm not sure. I think that fixes itself once it goes through. And then you can add music. You have to click on this. Another lesson I've learned here is that you can click on this, but that check mark does not mean it's going to add it to your video. Lesson learned. I like this one. Let's see if you can hear this. I like this little jam. It's nice. But you got to make sure that you click this in order for it to add it. You can change down here. There's a little gauge for the voice over the music, so you can kind of see which one do you want, a little bit louder or softer. You can change that. Logo, I sent this earlier. If you have a logo, you can update this here in your channel branding, which is awesome. So you've got your logo and your picture, your headshot, and you have your information that you want in your outro card. With the logo, again, you have to make sure that you select the logo, and then I like this little graph. You can choose which corner that you want your logo to live in for this video. And then this is the one that I love. I love the outro card. I just want to fix this. I'm not going to do the logo because I don't have one. Here is the outro card. Make sure that this is all correct. I've updated this. For some reason, it does not update it in the outro card anymore for some reason, so I have to do that manually. I'm just going to go to, there we go. Here we go. There we are. So that's all in there. And then I want to make sure that I click on my headshot picture. So that is my business card outro. So from here, you're going to, I always go through again, double check you've got everything that you like. Make sure it's all correct and all marked the right way. I'm not going to have the logo, but I do want the outro. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to make the video. So you click on that green button. It's going to start processing and developing your video, adding all of the lower thirds, my outro card, and the theme, the little title at the bottom. So that is going to take a little second, I think, maybe. We'll see. And keep refreshing it. From here, I will just show you one that I have worked on. Here is a video that you've probably seen on my Instagram. So here it is. We'll just go through this. When I first started my entrepreneur journey in 2013, I listened to a podcast called Boss. There were several awesome episodes on creating structure in your small business, especially when you are a solo business owner. So anyways, I wanted to share that. And then all the way at the end is the outro card. Perfect. So there's the outro card. Let's pause that. And then that's how that ends. And it looks really professional, really nice closing. And it reminds them your contact information as a call to action as well. So that's how you edit the video in BigView. And then from here, you can download this video and then upload it to your channels. And I'm going to show you a little bit later a very cool way to use these videos that you're creating with these applications. Okie dokie. So from here, we're going to move back into learning more about BigView. So now we're going to go through the criteria check. For BigView, so price. The price is $89.99 and I pay this annually. I am on their starter package. If you want to pay month to month, it's $14.99. Now, I am super excited about BigView because this is the application that literally got me started developing my video content. And I have been using BigView for a long time, and I have watched how they've evolved and listened to the needs of people like us, small business owners, and they are doing an excellent job. So I am just very excited, and I encourage you to look into using BigView if you are wanting to bring video content into your marketing. All right, so from here, time. So learning, this is about learning the application and then eventually being able to teach and onboard your team or a VA in the future. And I would say that, as you saw, it's pretty easy to make this a workflow and a business operating procedure for your small business. Next, mobile app. You got to see the mobile app in action briefly and how it works in the workflow. And I would have to say, from using it personally, that it is very well made and very intuitive, and there's only a few buttons. So it's very nice to not have so many buttons and not really know where to push or be worried you're going to push something and mess something up. So I really like that. Last but not least, customer service. I have had an amazing experience with their customer service. Typically it's on email, but they are very quick to get back, and they also have awesome FAQ/help center that I typically use, and I'm able to get my answers my questions answered relatively quickly. All right, so next we're going to learn about Vimeo. We're going to learn what it is, go over the criteria check, and I'm going to share with you their pricing tiers as well. So Vimeo helps you create, share, and manage your high content videos. And the biggest thing that you're going to be really paying for is the privacy. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by that and all the ways that you can keep your videos secure and private online. So here is my dashboard for Vimeo. If you use this, it should look pretty familiar. I'm just going to show you a couple of the things that I use Vimeo for. Primarily to upload and keep my videos secure and private for my coaching clients. I give my coaching clients their own private link to the recording of their coaching calls. So if they want to go back and reflect and review their notes and things like that, they're able to, without everybody seeing that one-on-one time together. So here are all of the videos. You'll see folders on this side, and that's how I kind of organize the content. So everything for the ZENpreneur program, we have live weekly check-ins, we got a Sunday weekly prep call, and we've got monthly check-ins and quarterly check-ins as well. So I keep all of those recorded videos in this folder so that the ZENpreneur clients have access to them at any time. So I'm going to open up one of these videos. This one's still uploading, but that's fine. But I want to show you the privacy features within each video, or for each video. So we'll scroll down here to privacy, and this is what I like. You can have it be, and I'm going to just disappear for just a second. So you can have who can watch, anyone, only me, people I choose, people I follow, people with a password, people with a private link, or you can hide the video from Vimeo completely or entirely. I typically use the private link, and then I send it to them in a Google Doc. And so they have access to that at any time. You can also organize these by showcases and channels. So that's what I love the privacy features and the flexibility that they offer. Another thing that I love about Vimeo is I use these for selling videos. So you can offer videos on demand. And so this is where I have all of my Anatomy Nerd Studio videos. This is where they live. And I offer a subscription membership. So we'll open this up. Oh, before I do that, let me go back really quick. If you wanted to create a brand new video on demand page, you would click on this, create a new VOD page. So now we'll go into, and I'll show you the setup of the video on demand that I've created for Anatomy Nerd Studio. So here's the basic info: Anatomy Nerd Studio, the description, basically what they get benefits, and then the styles of classes that I include within their membership. And then a couple other things, tags, and then content rating, of course. Next, distribution. Here we are. So you can make your short URL code. Whoops. There we go. You can make your short URL code, and then you can also sell your work as well. So there's different levels of selling your videos. Pricing, you get to change your pricing. So they have a nice setup here. You can do a subscription series, and then you can do per video and then renting the video. Next, videos. So something that I learned is once a video is that you have uploaded it into your video on demand, it is not able to be in a showcase, or it's not able to be in another area or accessible without a subscription. So this is a lesson learned. And if somebody purchases that subscription, you have to wait a full 30 days for everybody to get their full 30 days use of your subscription before those videos unlock, and then you can organize them in a different way. I know this because I was kind of going back and forth on whether or not to offer just a folder that's password protected and letting people subscribe, and then I would give them the password, or should I just let it be a VOD subscription and just kind of let that handle itself, which it does. And so I put all the videos in Vimeo VOD, and then I pulled them all out. I waited that full 30 days, and then I decided, I kind of compared and contrast what I wanted, and then I decided actually the VOD would be a best choice for me. And so I have created this. So you have a trailer video that you can do, and then you can upload from your existing videos. So you can just upload to Vimeo, and then you can decide which videos you would like to include in your subscription. Next, the appearance. This is really awesome. So you can really customize this. So if you have your branded colors, you can pull those into play here. You have a poster, which is this little section right here, this little the picture with the white background image. The thumbnail, I don't remember or recall where that is. I don't think I have one. And then the background image is this bigger picture right here. And then I also uploaded the trailer. And then here is where you can do your color arrangements. Next, details. Just want to go through these just so you can kind of see the different pieces. This is an area I do not use, but for more professionals and that sort of thing, you can put the names of your cast and crew for specific videos. Next, promotions. This is where you can do promo codes. I definitely want to bring this into the workflow here and add these in so that I can have some people having access to it for 30 days and then other people who join my coaching programs, I want them to be able to access Anatomy Nerd Studio for the duration of their program or however long that they work with me. And then last but not least, audience. I only have Twitter. I don't have Facebook or Tumblr, so I just have Twitter here, and I'm going to show you what the page looks like, and I'll show you where you can see this little area right here. So from here, I'm going to go to the page so you can see it live. Cool. So here we are, and here's that big picture. You get a nice button, hey, watch the trailer. You can also watch the trailer down here. This nice CTA, big, bright CTA for them to subscribe. There's a little bio of what the subscription offers and how to connect with me. And then they have access to all of these videos. And then that little area where it was contact, it's right here. And they'll be able to click on this and it'll direct them to my Twitter account where they can communicate with me. Now you're seeing the dashboard, so you are seeing this in real time here. So I've got 4 people subscribed to Anatomy Nerd Studio, which is really exciting because I learned that a couple days ago. I just randomly logged in and I saw that, so that's very exciting. And so it's nice that you can see that. You can see analytics if you are planning on using this for your business. You can see the analytics of the videos that are using, and you can start seeing patterns of what is popular and maybe start using that and creating more content like that. All right. All right, so from here, I'm going to move back into Vimeo here. There we go. All right. So let's move into the criteria check for Vimeo. Price. So right now I am doing the annual pro pricing, which is $240 a month. It's $20 a month. And there is no monthly, month-to-month option for you. So it is an annual commitment. Oops. Pressing the wrong button, sorry. So time, next is time. Vimeo has a lot of different features that you want to use. And I feel like it was pretty easy to kind of figure things out. Again, they have a really awesome chat or a FAQ help center along with ways to chat with them on email and on chat as well. So that's really nice. Their mobile app is really awesome for the Anatomy Nerd Studio. I record 3 classes, so they're not live. I just record them, and I use the Vimeo app to record them, and then from there I can upload them, and it's just a very seamless process. So I really like using the mobile app. It's very user-friendly, and it has the functions that I need in order to keep creating video content for Anatomy Nerd Studio. Next, their customer service. I love their customer service. I can chat with them, I can email them, and they also have a very well put together FAQ and help center. So that's always a huge benefit. All right, so now we're going to move into learning about Switcher Studio. So what is it? Criteria check again, and I'll go over their pricing. So Switcher Studio is a live streaming software for Mac, for iOS devices. So I am literally using, you're on my iPad, I'm pointing to you on my iPad. Below the iPad, I have my laptop, and then I've been doing the mobile demonstrations from my phone. So all iOS devices, and so I'm literally doing this solo and mostly controlling all of the screens from my iPad. So it's pretty awesome. You can, with Switcher Studio, you can have up to 9 iOS devices as cameras, and it's really awesome to see some of these folks setups. Like you can have the camera above you so you can have it shining down, or if you're drawing or something like that, that's just kind of a fun user case. So now I want to show you exactly what this looks like. So just give me 1 second. I'm going to move into Switcher as a camera. Let's see, oops. Share. Oh, stop sharing screen. Sorry, that's what I need to do. Okay, here we go. Sorry, share camera, there we are. Okay, this should be better. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this up and you're gonna be able to see the awesome This might take a second, I think. Sorry. Oh, allow. There we go. Here we are. Solo. No, I just want to show that one. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what it looks like. So this is on the iPad. I have it in a handy dandy case. And here is literally what I am using to stream this live. So up here you see my camera. This is coming from the iPad. This is the laptop below the iPad. This is what this is my phone, what I'm using to show you this awesome setup here. This screen is how I'm showing you the presentation, and then the B screen is my head, my camera from the iPad. And then here, A and B, this is how I've been showing you me and the mobile demos. So this is the setup. It's really awesome. I just want to go over a couple other things. I'm trying to keep this steady here. So these are all of the built-in sources. This is the built-in camera on the iPad, the display on Vanessa Reagan's MacBook, or if I wanted to change it, I could make it so that it's the HD camera from my laptop. Phone is also selected here. So I can move this here. You can see you can go live on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn Live, Twitch, or custom RTMP, or none, like I'm actually doing right now. You can see it's recording. Learned a hard lesson today, so I'm recording this again. So anyways, moving on, you can see this is different ways of transitioning from slide to slide or from camera to camera. Your camera controls, audio, hello, hello. You can see my awesome mic right here, plugged straight into the iPad. Different camera angles and other things. I don't really have access to those, but here's the video chat. And then a really cool feature that I don't know how I'm going to use quite yet, but this is Scoreboard. So if you're doing something live and you're streaming it and they have teams, you can totally make a scoreboard. So I think that's pretty awesome. So lots of fun things to do with this. Again, I'm using 3 iOS devices for presenting this. So this is, let's see if I can back up a little bit. There you go. You can kind of see my setup here. Coolio. All right. So I hope that that was helpful, that you could see it in action. And that's why I'm loving this, because it's really helping me show all of these steps on how it really works with my workflow and giving you like really how does it look behind the scenes. All right. So we're going to go through that criteria check for Switcher Studio. So first is price. This is definitely one of the more pricier applications that I am paying for. So I am paying for the standard level of pricing. Annually, this is $588 a month. That's $49 a month. Or I'm sorry, $588 a year. Sorry. $588 a year, and that's $49 a month if you split that annually up. Now, if you want to move to monthly, if you prefer that, they bump it up $25, so it's $75. So there's big difference there. And if you want to just try it out for 7 days, you can do the $19.99 plan. But you do have a free trial, and they're very helpful, and they want you to succeed. And I had a really great experience with the onboarding. So time. One thing that I have to give another application credit for is the reason why I find this Switcher Studio very simple. It was easy for me to kind of figure it out, and I did definitely watch some videos and tutorials and things like that, but for the most part, Ecamm Live gave me the knowledge to be able to work through this and do this on my own. So I have to give credit to Ecamm Live, and that's the reason why I have been able to transition into using Switcher Studios. Now, the reason why I like Switcher Studios is the mobile application, and that you can literally, when I am recording classes for Anatomy Nerd Studio, all I need is my phone and my full-size tripod. That's it. I don't need anything else. So it totally falls under and checks that off the list of having an awesome mobile app. Super functional. I don't even need the iPad or the computer. I can do everything from the mobile phone, but I could not do that without having extra cords and other devices using Ecamm. But if you were not teaching classes and things like that, then Ecamm might be a choice that would work better for you. All right, so mobile app is awesome. The time it took for me to learn how to use this was a lot less because of Ecamm. There might be a little bit longer of a learning curve for you, but if you ever had any questions, you could always reach out to me. Last but not least, customer service. Their customer service is awesome. They're super helpful, and I have always been able to pretty much get every answer or question answered through their help center. Very, very knowledgeable help center and FAQ section. All right, so the grand total for these 3 essential tools that I use for creating video content. So Big View, I pay $89 for the year. I pay that flat. Next, Vimeo, $240, and then Switcher Studio is $588. So total for the entire year is $918, and so every single month, that's $76.50. Now, I understand that those numbers might feel a little much or a little pricey. So I want to also offer some alternatives to the applications that we reviewed today. So alternatives for Big View would be Padcaster. I've used their application and I've used their tools. The iPad case that you saw earlier, that the iPad is literally in for its protection, is from Padcaster. They have an awesome application. It's a mini mobile teleprompter. I actually have the box right here. Let me show you. This is what it looks like. It's awesome. That is $100 flat. The Padcaster application is free. You write out the script, similar to Big View actually. You write out your script, you save it, and then you upload that, or you put the screen up against the teleprompter, and it's got a nice safe little claw almost, and then you press play, and then it'll slowly scroll through your script and you'll be able to create that video content. Next, alternatives for Vimeo. So I just want to say that I still have a YouTube channel and I still am actively using it. This was live on YouTube. So you certainly can make unlisted events and videos and have that be very successful. Then you're not paying money for Vimeo for those additional privacy settings and features. But I have not had this experience personally, but I have known small business owners to say that it just is not as secure as Vimeo. But I personally have not had that experience. So the reason that I've invested in Vimeo is because of the Anatomy Nerd Studio and having a way to give those videos out as a subscription. Vimeo was the answer to that issue. So you can certainly set up an awesome YouTube channel, make your lives unlisted if you wanted to do, like this live was a public event, but I do my unlisted videos through Switcher using YouTube, but to only my ZENpreneur clients. So they're the only ones who get that link. Last but not least, alternatives to Switcher Studio. You heard me share about Ecamm Live. That is a Mac-only application. Not sure if they're going to be expanding that, but they are. It's really clean, and it was really, really fun to learn how to use that application, and that is how I did the majority of my lives on Facebook. Next, StreamYard. StreamYard streams out to Facebook and YouTube and Twitch and LinkedIn, and they have a free version. Now, I haven't used it for my business, but I have been guests on other small business owners' lives or interviews or podcasts, and it was a really awesome experience. Very, very, very easy to work. So anybody who's interested in starting live streaming and building that video content, try out StreamYard and give it a go. It's free, so it's awesome. Next, I have tried this one. This is Restream, and this does the same thing that Ecamm does, but you are able to, it does not Mac only. You can have any type of computer, but you do need to be doing the lives from your computer. Alrighty, so now you have learned about the applications that I use for my video content. So I want to share some of the basic tools that you're going to need in order to get started. So first, you're going to need a full-size tripod. I love this because for me, when I am teaching different classes. I'm teaching yin yoga, which is primarily on the floor. You're not really standing in any of the poses. So having a full-sized tripod helps me with angles and helps me really create that effect in the video that I am looking for in angle and that sort of thing. I have two brands that I really like. I have two full-size tripods. This is my just for me personally, so I have one that holds the laptop, which you saw earlier, and then one that is holding the iPad, and this has been really helpful. So this has kind of been my workspace, so I can stand with this laptop tripod, or I can lower the legs and I can sit down at the bed or at the couch or whatever, wherever I am working at the moment. And then with the other one, that's where I am, you know, a little control center that you saw, all the little buttons and everything that I get to use to present today. All right, so two brands, Manfrotto and Joby. They're going to be a little bit more on the pricey side, but for me personally, they're Vanessa proof, and I can, you know, when I purchase things for my business, I have learned that I use it. It is not just going to sit somewhere. These things are going to be used, and knowing myself, I just need them to be extra sturdy, and if they're gonna fall or something like that, they're not going to break, or a leg's gonna be all wobbly and not work right. I need it to be Vanessa proof, and if it falls or something, it's not going to break. So I have had really awesome luck with Manfrotto, and I love Joby. Next, Joby Hand Rig. I have just purchased this, so I have it right here. So you can see these are flexible arms, but you can bend it into like a rig shape. You can have your phone here. This extends, so you can pop the phone in there, lock it down, and then you can kind of, let's see if I can get solo here. Here we go. So you can kind of just play around with this and make videos. You can go down and you can press it up, and I've been watching all sorts of fun videos with these types of tools, so I was getting some ideas on how to create different reels and things like that. So getting into that shorter mobile, very short mobile videos is something that I would like to do for my business. All right. So that's another handy tool you can have. You can also take all three of those legs and put it down, and it can be a selfie stick. So that's really cool. And Joby has all of these attachments. You can get mics. I showed you my mic that's attached here that's helping me sound really professional and super crystal clear. And they also have lights too that you can add, and little flexible arms and things that hold those out and away from the camera. Next, last but not least, this is kind of a bonus, but something that I've been really into is been creating and taking my own mobile photography. And so I invested in a few of the moment lenses, and these are really nice. You can pop them in your bag. They're small. I did not want a ton of equipment. So the tools and everything that I use, they cannot be a lot. I didn't want a full real camera setup. So I'm so grateful for these applications because they really help me stay solo and still develop the video content and the quality of content that I really want to do for my business. So these are some tools that I hope that you look into, write those down in your notes, and look these up. And if you have any questions about these tools, you're always open, please reach out to me. So as we've moved through all of this awesome information, I hope it was just enough to kind of get you curious on really blending and implementing these applications or these workflows into your business. So I wanted to share a couple ways that I can support you. So for the month of March, I'm going to be enrolling new and existing clients into my ZENpreneur 90-day intensive program, where we build a foundation for 2 social media platforms. So you can choose from Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and I will help you build those profiles and give you like a mini audit and making sure that you're able to feel comfortable marketing using those platforms. Next, we're going to learn about how to master your professional online presence using the tools that you have in your toolkit. I like to think of the business toolkit as my teammates. Switcher Studio is a teammate. Big View is a teammate. They all have their different roles within the business. Last but not least, you're going to become a master at implementing the Zen 7 method. This is a method that I've created for the ZENpreneur program, and I share this with my clients, and we practice on a regular basis. I help you, so it's nice to start at the beginning of the quarter because it really helps you practice and implement those habits, and then you can continue on and just kind of repeat it, what we've done in that quarter. So it's really awesome. So you're open and welcome to enroll today. If you'd like, you can visit my website, vanessareagans.com/ZENpreneur, to see all of the details about that program and how to get started. Also, I offer master your pop services. So you can either add these on top of the ZENpreneur program experience, or you can use these a la carte, and you can bundle them 2, 3, or all 4 services in one bundle. And then all of this information, again, is available on my website, vanessareagans.com. So in the beginning, I shared with you that I was going to be giving you a couple bonuses. So make sure you grab your pen and your notebook. I'm going to show you how to, once you've created your video content, now you want to display it. And this has been a really fun way that I've enjoyed displaying and sharing and showing off my new video content. So we're going to head into Canva. And so we're going to, I did this Instagram post right here. So I'm going to take that video that I created in Big View. You're going to download it from your computer and then upload it into Canva. And so you can see here, you can see I have my images, and then I have all the videos that I've uploaded. So we're going to create a graphic that has a video on top of it. And so we're going to build that. I'm going to have you see it, how I do this for my business. So first I want a background. So also pay attention to how I'm layering this. This is a huge thing of how I have become comfortable with creating graphics, is how they are layered. So the first layer is going to be a background image. I'm going to choose a photo. So let's do this awesome yoga mat background. I love it, nice and bright. Okay, so from here, what I want to do is I want to put the video on top of this background. So I'm going to go over to Elements. I'm actually going to disappear for just a second. And so what I want to do is I want to go to Frames. So we're in Elements, and we're going to head down to Frames and click on See All. I typically like to do the square for this demo. So I'm going to make this big, a little bit bigger, and make sure it's right smack in the middle. There. So first layer is that background. Second layer is the frame that we just added. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my video. So we're going to go back to Uploads, and I'm already here in the videos, and I'm going to select this one right here. So I'm going to click on it and drag it over here, and voila. Let's review the Zen 7. Sorry, I'm going to stop that here. So from here, what I'm going to do is I don't really care for how this looks. It kind of looks like I'm over to the right if you're looking directly at the image. So I want to crop this. So I am going to see how it's unselected. I'm going to select it. That nice blue banner or frame is around it. I'm going to click on crop. So now I can expand this and make it a little bit. There we go. That's better. So it fills in that square. That looks way better. That's awesome. I even might want to, make it a little smaller. Make sure that's in the nice and even. So here we go. We have this video. I'm not sure if you can see that or hear that, and personal development. So now that you understand the areas of the Zen 7, boom. So this is a piece of content that I've already made a while back that I'm just almost repurposing. So it's got the background, then the frame, and then I pulled the video into that frame, and then I cropped the video so it looks a little bit better. I think that looks really nice. So this is how I have created a graphic and placing the video on top of it. Now, a couple things I would do differently, and this is a little bit more advanced, but I do want to show this. But I'll select the background, so there's that blue line around it. Click on Adjust, and I'm going to darken, watch that background darken a little bit so the video pops a little bit more. I'll like it at 37. There. Perfect. So that's a little bit darker in the background, and then it helps the video pop a little bit more. I don't know if we can do a shadow on here. I guess not. That's okay. All right. So that is how to simply create a graphic using your video content on top of that graphic, and then you could post it. From here, you would download it as an MP4, and then you'd be able to post that off to Instagram and LinkedIn and Facebook and all of the platforms that you are using. So that is a simple, fun way of how to develop your video content and then uploading it into Canva and then creating an awesome graphic behind that video. All right, so that is the first bonus. Now, we're going to move to the second bonus. I'm going to need a little bit of your help with this. So the second bonus is for the very first application that we reviewed, which was Big View. This is the application that helped me start creating and gaining that confidence building my video content online. So I created a step-by-step Google document that literally shares all of the step-by-step process that I shared with you today with the screenshots. So you're going to notice and recognize the process very easily based on our event today. So what I need from you is I need you to send me your Gmail email. So whatever that is, I need you to send that my way, so that I can send you this awesome tool to help you start using that Big View application. So first, if you would like, you can head over to my website, vanessareagans.com, and you will be able to see this little messaging bubble in the bottom right corner, and you can click on that and you will be able to text me directly from my website, vanessareagans.com. And or if you would like, you can also send me a direct message on Instagram, Twitter, or LinkedIn at Vanessa Reagans. So if you have any questions that you have written down in your notebook, I would like for you to send those questions and comments down to the comment box below this video. I will circle back around and answer them personally after this event. So please make sure that you send those my way. Now, let's talk some action steps so that you can really implement and use all the information that I shared with you today. So first and foremost, I want you to review your notes. Research the applications that we explored today, even the ones that I suggested as alternatives. I want you to share your favorite takeaway from this event in the comment box below, just so I can get an idea of what was the most valuable to you as the viewer. And then, of course, if you have any questions, if I could clarify anything in this workshop, you should let me know. You can DM me on Instagram, Twitter, or LinkedIn. So that's a wrap. Thank you so much for joining me for the Entrepreneur to ZENpreneur 3 essential applications to use to create your video content. I'm Vanessa Reagans, and I'll see you in the next live. Take care.